Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a video update, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on kind of the current events. Today the City Council called a special meeting for anybody that would be interested in the vacant City Council spot. And of course I went because I'm interested in being on the City Council. And I did not get appointed. That is really no shock to me. But here's one way that I knew during the interview process that I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I was not going to get appointed. One of the questions that they asked me was, you know, you've been coming to the City Council meetings for quite some time, but during some of your speaking, you kind of suggest that you don't really like how the City Council does things. And right there, it's kind of a discriminatory question, because if I say yes, then it makes me look like a puppet and I just go along to get along. If I say no, then I'm this rebel, and obviously they don't want me. So I answered him. I said, to be quite honest with you, as a resident, I don't believe that my concerns have been taken into consideration very seriously. And so, but at the same time, I am not opposed to working together, and I believe that if we work together, then progress would be imminent, you know, given that we may have the same goals. Another question was asked was why I believe that I would be good for City Council. And so I told them, I said, well, you know, I don't apply for jobs that I don't think I'm going to be very good at. I apply for jobs that I carefully think over, pray over, talk to my wife about, and if my abilities suffice, then I apply for a job. I don't just apply for a job just to be applying for a job. And secondly, I firmly, passionately believe in freedom. Freedom in your personal life, because I believe that you own your body, and freedom in the economic life. And one of the council members posed the question to me. I said, I believe in economic freedom. And he goes, well, what is economic freedom? I said, well, it's really handing over a good portion of absolutely everything to the private sector. You see, because our country started in the private sector. Everything that the government does now, the private sector did more efficiently first. So economic freedom is really establishing the private sector as the driving force of the economy, not tax codes, not regulatory codes, not regulations and all that kind of stuff. It is a free market. It's in the private sector. And so I said, we need to have more production. We need to have more manufacturing jobs. In fact, just about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that now, the Fruit of the Loom, they had a manufacturing plant in Campbellsville. It actually employed, I think, like 3,000 people. I said, we need those kinds of jobs. I said, because now when you look at your unemployment rate is very distorted, because your unemployment rate will say, well, you know, we're sitting right around 7%, and that doesn't take into consideration your labor force participation, but the way that they compute their unemployment rates, well, we're sitting at 7%. Yeah, you are, but you're overloaded with part-time service sector jobs that pay minimum wage. You wonder why young folk are staying at home, living with their parents, and working at McDonald's. It's because the tax structure, it's because this economy that we live in here in Campbellsville needs to be reformed greatly. It needs to. And I actually have concrete plans, specific plans that have already been mapped out with the math and the figures and everything. And I told him, I said, I got these ideas. But I didn't get appointed. Go figure, right? But here's the thing. the city council gets maybe about 10% approval rating in this city. Roughly. I mean, I'm using that. It may be 15%, but it's a low number. You ask anybody, it's a low number. People are not really happy. So, do I want to be elected by the people, or do I want to be appointed by a group of people that only get a 10 to 15% approval rating? I am for the people. I'm not running for city council simply because I want to. I'm running for city council because I want to preserve the personal and business and economic liberties that this country was founded upon. I'm very passionate about that. If you have any questions, contact me. I think my on Facebook, Ben Ellard, my Facebook page, Ben Ellard for City Council, for Campbellsville City Council, is on there as well. But that's all I got. Hope everybody is doing well and living free. So until next time, keep freedom popular.